back in my shop again. I've had a few questions on people wanting to know how I install my wood rod handles. They've seen the videos of me turning wood rod handles. Now they want to know how I'm installing them on the rods. I have one here sitting behind me on the bench. It's not glued down yet, so I will quickly go over the process. There's no mystery behind it. It's going to be a very short video, but it'll at least show you guys how I'm doing it and why I do it that way. So I'm going to cut the video off, relocate the camera, and we'll show you how I attach wooden rod handles to the rod blank itself. Okay, here we are back on the bench, and you can see I've got a spalted tamarind wood handle that I've turned for this Bushido blank. It's a 6'9" Bushido medium light jigging rod. I'm actually building this for an individual who's going to be jigging walleyes on Lake of the Woods off the reefs up north. So this is his rod, but I've had people ask how I attach my rod handles to the blank, and it's really quite simple. So this one here, it's not glued down, so I'm gonna just pull the winding check back here and pull the rod stuff out of there, the handle out of the way. Here's the reel seat I'm using. And it is nothing more than masking tape arbors. That's all I'm doing. So I know this particular rod blank is right around the neighborhood of a ½ an inch in diameter. In fact, I can get a caliper here. It's my cheap plastic caliper, which is about wore out, but it does work for the most part. So I'm just under a ½ an inch on this rod blank at the butt. So what I do is when I turn my rod handles, when I bore the hole down the center of it, I bore it just a little bit bigger or about at the same diameter as the butt of the rod handle itself. So if it's a ½ inch butt, that's what I drill the hole to. Do a very, very small tape arbor buildup. There's not much there. I've maybe got a 1/16 or maybe close to an 1/8, somewhere in there. Maybe 3/32 of an inch. There's not much. It's just enough to make the rod hand or the wood fit snugly on the blank. Then it's just like anything else. Anytime you glue anything else, completely encapsulate. It's very similar to doing a reel seat. Completely encapsulate the tape with epoxy. Slide the rod handle on, put it into position, and away you go, Bob's your uncle. That's how I do it. So, I'm not going to go through the process of gluing. You guys have seen me glue up reel seats. It's absolutely no different than gluing up a reel seat, and that's how I do it. Now there are guys out there, and it does work, who are drilling the bore very, very close to the diameter of the blank and using their extreme reamers to ream it out. You can do that, but I'm here to tell you it is very, very hard on your reamers, and you better be going slow, because you will melt those reamers and then you'll completely ruin them. So I just drill them just a touch oversize, build up some tape, and glue them on there. Never had a problem, never had a sensitivity issue or problems with the reel seats and the handles coming loose. So I figure if it's good enough for a reel seat, it's certainly good enough for my wooden rod handles. But that's how I do it, and I do the same thing on the butt section. ½ inch bore, just a small tape arbor here, and completely encapsulate it in epoxy. I put epoxy down the bore of the butt cap itself, actually quite a bit of it, a lot of epoxy, and then when I push it on there, it actually squeezes up into the bore of the blank itself, and it gives me a good, nice, secure, positive fit. So that's how I secure my reel seats on my rod handles. If you got any questions, please feel free to message me or contact me. But I found that for me, at any rate, that's the most effective way that I have found to attach wood reel seats and not trash my reamers in the process. So have a good day. I hope this was helpful. And as always, subscribe to my channel if you would, please. Let me know how I'm doing. Likes, dislikes, anything I can do to change or make things better or different. I can't fix it if I don't know it's broke. Have a good evening.